I would define sexual assault as unwanted sexual contact.
Sexual assault is unwanted touching or like verbal language.
I guess just like inappropriate behavior and like unwanted touching. Just like having somebody do something to you that you don't want them to do in like a sexual, inappropriate way.
Sexual assault is anything that is not consensual sexual activity.
I think sexual assault is any type of sexual activity, whether it's physical or verbal, it's not consensual, something that's like unwanted from one person.
Sexual assault is when someone tries to make a sexual advance when it's not wanted by the other person.
I work in a bar setting, so like sometimes like creepy old men will like start saying inappropriate things to you and you're just like, please stop.
My friend had an experience where her friend had brought two guys back to their apartment, and when everybody else left, they hid in her apartment and she went back into her room and they came in and raped her. Luckily, she had proof of who they were because she was hanging out with them all night, so.
I was coming home from a party and some random guy got inside my Uber. After I told him to get out, he continued to try and feel me up, and I wound up getting out of the Uber at the stoplight and calling another one.
Last summer, my sister, she lived at the beach, and one night she had gotten too drunk. One of the guys she had met out at the bars had gone home with her and had sex with her. I think in that situation, consent wasn't really given, but it wasn't really a no.
I've not heard of the Me Too campaign.
I haven't actually heard about the official campaign, but I have seen tweets of people coming out about their experiences with sexual assault.
I have heard of the Me Too campaign. I think it's definitely a great way for women to feel safe and feel that they can tell their stories.
I've heard about the Me Too campaign, and I think it's empowering to give people a voice who feel like they're alone.
I think it takes a big internet campaign because people before felt like they would be criticized for like their experiences. Like you brought this on yourself even though it wasn't their fault.
I think something like the Me Too campaign really helps survivors of sexual assault band together, and when coming out and talk about their stories, it helps them process what happened to them.
A lot of times when people are sexually assaulted or raped or anything of the sort, they're too afraid to say anything. So it's kind of like a weird spot that you're in between, and you need somebody else to do it first before you can feel comfortable like doing it yourself.
I think a lot of women probably get really embarrassed, and they don't always, like, they probably feel alone. And I think when other women come out and they share their assault stories, it opens opportunities for other women to come out and say, like, I'm not alone, like, this girl went through the same thing as I did.